Hi there, welcome to the tour of our 2008 Winnebago Journey 39Z. Kai and I spent 12 days in this bus, driving it all the way up to Lake Erie. We stayed at a beautiful state park right on the lake. We stayed at many state parks in West Virginia and just had an absolute blast coming down through Ohio and all that good stuff. But today, we're gonna talk about this coach and we're gonna kind of go around it. I'll point out some of the flaws and things because, you know, at the end of the day, this coach is for sale. As much as I feel like we have a bond together, us three, I'm just kidding. Someone else is going to have a great bond with a great coach. Since it came back from that trip, we took out the floors and put down brand new LVP plank floors, and it really updates the interior. Starting around front, we have a 7,500 watt Onan quiet diesel generator and an auto gen start system as well. Now, the access to the front of this generator, well, we don't have a gen slide. We do have a bit of access if you raise this up like this. And of course, you can remove this with a couple of bolts if you want to get even more access. Window in here, you can check your fluid levels. There's actually an air chuck up in the front as well. Easy access to charge up our air conditioning system, which is very thoughtful as an RV manufacturer. And again, you know, decent access to what you have up here for what this coach is. But the air chuck is nice. And again, the access to that air conditioning is quite convenient. But this, oh, it's not a 7,500. Oh my gosh, it's an 8,000 watt. Oh, well, you know, I thought about maybe it not look so dumb, but in reality, I'm kind of dumb sometimes. So we'll keep moving on. It's an 8,000 watt, which sounds exactly the same, like when you're running it and everything. So I just thought it was a 7,500, but the newer coaches, instead of the 7,500, you get the 8,000 watt. So a little more output there, which is nice. Now in the face of this coach, I think is striking. This face is very well designed. The thing I kind of pulled from it is we don't have like generic car headlights. So the face of this bus is quite well designed. It's sleek, it's modern, it looks timeless. It definitely doesn't have, like I said, typical RV look. They did a good job with it. There's a one-piece windshield up top. And again, what's really interesting about this is the way this is just shaped. Along with all, it's just, you know, it kind of comes out in the front. Almost, it's such a cool look. Honestly, this really grew on me the more we had it. When it got washed, the first time I saw it, it was sitting up here and I came into the gate, parked the car, saw it, I ran up to it and I sent Kaya behind the camera a picture just for I was like, oh my gosh, this thing looks so good. Now, right now the sun isn't beating down on it, so it's not getting that glow that you get out of that full body paint that this has, but it's still, you can see what's going on. It's a very deep gloss paint job. We've got some beautiful subtle colors. It's got like this chocolate, raspberry chocolate is what I'd call it. This color right here, right? It's like a chocolatey raspberry, little bit of champagne, classic Winnebago colors with a little dash of fun in it. Of course, we've got beautiful polished aluminum wheels. They're Alcoas all the way around because this is a Freightliner chassis. They're 22.5s. And we're gonna cover the compartments here. So up in the front, there's a small amount of storage, nice little breaker panel right there. A fuse breaker, so instead of having fuses, they'll just pop out and you can come reset them, which is nice. This has dual access to the fuel tank, and all these compartment doors are just so well built. And that's another thing Winnebago is known for, is building a lot of their own parts. So I think the latest statistic is like 80% of their parts are in-house built. So that is quite nice. Now this material in here is very easy to keep clean. This is passed through on the top part of it. And then of course you've got this storage right here. There's a nice long awning rod that comes with the coach. And yeah, anyway, so there's a little bit of pass through there. But yeah, the compartments are so well built and the whole bus is very well insulated. It's one of those things, the way, so you can look at all the R numbers and all that stuff and see how they did it. But the layman way that I measure how well insulated a bus is I like to find out how hot it gets in the summer, how much the greenhouse effect gets to it. And the Prevost buses they always get super hot in the summer because they're so well sealed in there. You kind of get that same feeling with these Winnebagos. They get so hot and they keep their cool very well. So these Winnebago products are definitely they are doing something right when it comes to insulation. And a lot of people aren't going to be surprised hearing that. But for those of y'all aren't familiar as much with Winnebago. So this is our wet bay right here. Unfortunately, a touch of rust. They could have used a plastic, but nothing is absolutely perfect. These are all man-made machines at the end of the day. You'd always resurface that a little bit. The main part of this that I like is everything is very well laid out and well written. So it's very easy to set this coach up exactly how you want it. You've got winterization valve, which is a bypass. Now, right here is our valve. So everything, like I said, is laid out well. So you can change whether your city pressure is going to fill your tank or give all your taps pressure. You can turn your water pump on and off. There's a nice little extra porch light on the rear driver corner of the bus. So you can flick that sucker on, LED light, and kind of light up this area, which I found to be very nice. Outside shower, typical stuff, black gray dump, and there is a black tank flush, which, let's cut to a shot of me flushing the black tank the first night we were spending in Virginia. The first day I got to the campground, first thing I did was flush the black tank. And here's a quick clip. All right, so I'm out here and at the campsite, and I just plugged in garden hose, flushing out the black tank. And admittedly, it's the first time I'm using one of those stupid sidewinder things, but seems to do pretty well. So satisfying to have it flushed. So down the rest of the coach, there's some interesting things to talk about for sure. One thing I want to note is the tires have date codes of 1516. So they were installed somewhere around 2017 and no dry rot cracks. The tires are in good shape. I drove it myself up to Lake Erie and everything because I feel comfortable with these type of tires. All right, so right here we have our 50 amp power cord. And along with this, we've got our Dimensions inverter. So this is a 2000 watt inverter. So you can use this to take your battery power and turn it into 120 volt power. So you power up your outlets, your microwave, TVs, all that good stuff just from this little feller. Actually, this also operates as your battery charger. Now this is your automatic transfer switch. This will decide between gen and 50 amp shore power. You've also got telephone connections, as well as a portable dish, satellite dish connection, and a cable connection. To be quite frank, I have not tested these connections out. I'm sure they still work. But yeah, these are kind of old school connections that you still have in here. I like these. I really like these coach breaker panels. So you've got all these pop outs. You can quickly and easily see what's popped out and less likely to have to replace stuff. Now this right here is actually the intake for our 8.3 liter Cummins ISC that this coach is equipped with. And this engine is producing about 1,050 pound-feet of torque. It's connected to a 3000 series Allison transmission, so it's a fantastic setup. Plenty of power for this length especially. So above our intake for the engine, we have our 10-gallon Atwood high output hot water heater, which also has an electric element in it. So you can heat this tank with the electricity, 120 power, and there's also the propane. You can run both at the same time because the element is just stuck up in there. It's in the same tank. All right, let's walk around back. Up above, we've got a one-piece fiberglass roof. So let's go take a peek at that real quick. So up on the roof, we've got a super clean one-piece fiberglass roof, and it's shaped in a way where the water will naturally roll off the coach. We've got a small little solar panel back here. The rear seal looks great. It's still tacky, no leaks in the bus at all. That's a brand new slide out topper there. Of course, on the very top where it curves, you got a little clear coming off. That's normal on like every single coach, pretty much after a couple years. Even if they're garage kept, you know, the caps are actually in good shape. The paint is in really good shape on this bus. This is the cover right here for our we've got two fans in the coach, and we've both got covers. So you can have them open when it's raining or when you're going down the road. This right here is a wind guard system. So I believe this is for internet broadcasting. You could plug in like a LTE service and broadcast internet for the coach. Now over to my left, I've got a wind guard. This is a carryout. So this is an automatic tracking dish right here. And this is the front exhaust fan. Got our standard antenna right here to pick up local channels and stuff like that. Looks like it might have had a satellite in the very front, and that's been removed and sealed up. That's the move nowadays, is take those old suckers off and have smart TVs and internet access. That's the way to go. Front cap is in good shape. I guess you can nitpick a little clear coming off. You can't see it at all from down on the ground. I'm actually surprised, but again, I'm not surprised as far as, you know, the fact that it has it, just surprised that it's here because I didn't see it at all for the entire time I've had this and used this coach. But hey, regular RV stuff, right? Sirius XM right there. So it looks like it's got the antenna set up. Seal looks good. And overall, the roof is in excellent shape. I mean, look how clean this thing is. That's a nice looking roof right there. You can't beat a nice Winnebago one-piece fiberglass. All right, now that we're back down from that quick roof tour, I want to mention a couple more things. So the rear end, again, very well styled. We've got a 7 flat pin connection, and this actually has a, it's a Reese V5. It's a 10,000 pound towing capacity. So you've got a big towing capacity with that 8.3 liter and the 3000 Allison transmission. And again, this is 39 feet, 3 inches. So not a super, super long coach. I think it's honestly, it's the perfect length for me as a diesel. I loved it. Getting in all those tight state parks was no problem, and I still had so much nice space, and it rides like a proper big bus and all that good stuff. All right, so more unique features from Winnebago. By the way, you might have noticed on the other side, the very front of the slide, we have a little plastic piece missing. We're trying to order that from Winnebago. Very minor flaw. So hopefully we'll have that little all it is a little plastic piece about that big that mounts on the corner. Now this right here is where our basement air conditioning unit is located. And this system is just fantastic. So many times I have people who know RVs who walk into this coach. Kaya even the other day asked me if the air conditioning was even running because it's so quiet. The unit is down below and it blasts that air through the coach. And it's just unbelievably relaxing. It gets just this, all you hear is a little bit of the airflow inside. Now, next compartment right here, we've got our batteries. So on the left, we've got 2 of our chassis batteries. And on the right, we've got 3 coach side batteries on this coach. So all our batteries are located in one spot for ease of access. And yeah, you can take these little bars out and slide them out. And it's a nice little compartment here. Everything is just clean and the compartment areas and all the trimming around it. And I love the styling of, you know, and by the way, there's like minor things like that little scratch thing right there. But I love the styling of this area. Notice how we've got this piece is all squared off very nicely, right? A lot of times you'll see coaches cutting upwards, but I really like how they continued the line of the rest of the bus throughout. It just gives it a sleeker look, especially right now with the airbags dumped. And right here we have our second large slide out. So there's a small little entertainment center here, and there's a big slide here with our electric patio awning on it. So when the whole slide comes out, that awning comes with it. So you have extra extension room to give you more patio space shade, which is quite nice. And anyways, this slide contributes significantly to the excellent floor plan we have inside and a very nice patio space. Speaking of this slide, the topper up top is a brand new slide out topper. All right, let's go ahead and take a peek at these compartments real quick. You just open them up. All we have is storage down here, pretty much. Oh, the longboard does not come with the coach. We do have extra snaps right here. So these will go, these covers I think are for the tires. Or they might be for around front. Not sure. They come free of charge. They're kind of irrelevant to the bus, but they're extra little goodies that come with it. Now, around our entrance area here, we've got a nice little grab bar as well as a bolt lock and the standard lock down below. Nice little automatic electric entry step and an electric entrance awning as well. Now, this coach is equipped with side cameras. So they will come on automatically when you indicate, which is really nice to eliminate the blind spots. And with that, let's go take a peek at this interior, which I think is quite nice. Quite nice. Let's go look. So this interior is quite modern, actually. The woodwork is pretty sleek and just surprisingly updated. That was one of the big things that Kai and I loved and noticed when we first got in this bus, is how modern the woodwork looked. In fact, Kaya thought it was aftermarket. But in fact, it's not. Another thing that's nice about this interior is we have a 7-foot, 2.5-inch tall ceiling line. So we've got a good bit of height on this interior. And I think it's a very well laid out floor plan, especially considering the 2 slides, which I think the 2 slides floor plan, especially with the way they've got it so intelligently set up, you've got this excellent amount of travel space and you have this excellent amount of living space that makes the coach feel so big in here. Remember, the 2 slides on this coach are 2 large slides, not 2 medium slides, and then they've got them positioned in this interesting way. Now these front 2 chairs right here will swivel around, so you can have some additional nice comfortable seating for your living room space. And because we have our TV in the middle, we don't have a TV up in the front, which gives us this epic amount of walk around space when you're coming in through the cockpit and when you're just using this general space. So like I said, these both swivel. We've got this nice little countertop space here that's shared with the co-pilot. So it starts by the co-pilot. There's a cup holder and button for the sun visor, as well as a button for the lamp up here. And then it kind of gets wider in this wedge shape over here and counters as additional countertop space, accenting our lounge chairs. And the 2 lounge chairs here have a little split wood desk in the middle. Now this can fold away, so if you want to make it just a small little area to put drinks, you can make that a little cleaner and smaller. The window back there is large, so we've got a good bit of windows, bunch of varying sizes, of course. And the front has got that typical diesel with the 1-piece windshield and all kinds of windows. I like the large amount of windows on this side, so we've just got a good bit of viewing area, especially without the slide. That's a big thing about not having a slide right here. There's a little fog in that window, and that's to be expected on a dual pane setup. This right here is our couch. Now this will turn into a bed. So you've got kickouts down below, so you can use this as like a recliner couch, you know, angling the back at exactly where you want it, or you can turn it into a nice, pretty much queen size bed. It goes back in place. Now up here we have that sleek woodwork again with a ton of storage. So I've got some extra bed sheets and we've got stuff packed in these compartments, but they're deep compartments and they're all around us. So all up in here, we've got cupboards, all the compartments in the very front of the coach that you saw, that sleek little curve, is all compartments full of storage, and there's no handle, so they're just slick, right? You just grab them. I love that. Anyways, right over here, we've got our dinette area. Oh, one thing before we move on from here, we have an added rail up here, so you can black this area out and have a private bed space for whoever's going to be sleeping on this couch that turns into a bed. That is such a nice feature and so thoughtful. If you're going to have guests, it just makes people feel a whole lot more comfortable and in their own space. Now right here we've got our dinette. Now this dinette will turn into a bed as well, so you can sleep more people here. And I like on the left side of the dinette, we've got easy access to, it looks like telephone. That's right, this coach has telephone, a 12-volt car port, as well as 2 standard 120-volt outlets. This was really nice, especially working on a laptop. Instead of burying it down there, it's just in an easy accessible place. Large windows on this side, very clear, great view out the coach. Now here is our Toshiba Smart TV. This is an upgraded Smart TV, and it's right in the middle of the coach, more of a modern appeal to that. And you can view it easily and comfortably from those recliners right there. The recliners, as you can imagine, you can have these recliners facing directly at the TV, right? So it gives you that straight on experience that you'd like to have. Middle of the coach, so it's away from all the traffic of in and out, as well as all the sunlight, especially if you like to have your front cockpit curtain open while you're camping. Now there's storage all around here, storage down below. That's a good chunk of it. Extra outlets right there, and you know, all kinds of stuff like that. Now right here we've got controls for basically all our coach side stuff. So you can start the generator. We've got our automatic gen start system, our engine block heater, slide control for the front. You can test your tanks, you can see your chassis, and coach side batteries, what's going on with them. And it's just in general a nice setup here as far as the controls. Simple, straightforward, very easy to use. You can also turn on our inverter from here. Now on the other side, which is our kitchen space, Again, this is just the way they've got this floor plan set up. It's wide open, and our kitchen space is just wide open. And there's something about it. I think it's just kind of this cubby hole and the way it's cut out. But this part of the coach back here is very unique. We're gonna get to that. I'm getting a little ahead of myself and a little excited. So right here, we've got our kitchen countertop space. This is all Corian finished. We've got a dual stainless sink with Corian inserts. You could use these as a weapon. I like the stainless. Stainless looks very nice. Set that back in. Now this is like an aftermarket background or backdrop, I think. It might be from the factory, but it looks pretty good. We've got a little bit of Corian backdrop around our stove area here, and there's actually a bit of depth behind the behind the stove, which I quite like. Normally don't get that. Nice Corian inserts to cover our 3-burner stainless gas top stove. And these inserts are just so well built. Look at that. You know, I think it's something like 80% of Winnebago's parts are made in-house, which is incredible. They do such a good job. Up above, we've got our Convection microwave oven. So you can bake stuff in here if you need to, as well as just microwave. And I love this compartment because look at it, it's got that curve. So it feels so fun when you open it. Outlets there. So yeah, a good bit of space up above. A lot of drawers down below too. Yeah, a ton of storage space. I like this too. Check this out. We've got like 3 bags, 3 little trash cans. So instead of having a big height, you got 3 different little trash cans. Many ways of attacking that. Nice drawer up top too. And just a ton of storage in this coach. Now over here, we've got our stainless finished 4-door refrigerator that will run off of either gas or electric. And it does have an ice maker. So that's a pretty nice and standard setup. Now around this, we've got storage very deep up top, and we've got a pantry, a very well built pantry. Look at this, built-in locks, right? Not like a little pantry, it's just a built-in lock as you grab it. And this beautiful, very well built wood pantry space with adjustable shelves reveals itself. Got the same thing down below. I love that, how it's built in. Dedicated stuff here. And I love this pocket door cover too. This is awesome. So we've got a pocket door right here. This is where our slide opens up. So this, when you are parked and have the slides out, you've got a hallway to get to your bedroom, and you've got a separate isolated bathroom space with access from both sides, right? Really nice setup. I love it. And then when it's closed up, you still have full access to your bathroom. So great floor plan. But anyways, you've got a pocket door right here with this nice little wood cover. And it's just so, it's so well thought out, you know? It's not, that's what I love about Winnebago. You know, I geek out over Prevos. I love those coaches, all the big, beautiful ones. But Winnebago does things practically, beautifully. They do things that are practical in a beautiful manner, and I just love that about them. Which way should we go? Let's step into the bedroom first. So first off, in the bedroom, on the hallway to enter it, you've got a large amount of wardrobe space right when you walk in, carpeted on the right a bit, large amount of space, automatic light there that comes on. You've got 6 drawers down below, and then you've got even more drawers down here. So they're just giving you max storage space, maximum capacity. And I've got a radio right over here, outlets on both sides of the bed, as well as little counter spot tops or little bed nightstands on both sides. We've got a window back behind, so that window will actually vent out, which is quite thoughtful. There's not a single other window like this. But in the bedroom, if you've got beautiful weather where you're camping, you can have the window vent out and turn your fan on and suck a breeze through there. And the reason you're feeling comfortable with that while you sleep is because the vent out, you can't just slide open and climb in the coach. It's a vent out. You have to break the window still. So that is a very nice, thoughtful feature from Winnebago, putting the vent out window behind the headboard. Now up above, we've got a ton of storage space, just adding to the plethora of storage in the coach. Across from the bed, we've got an Element TV up here. I love this little area. So wait, first, before we move on from the TV, because it probably caught your eye, there are some panels in here, a handful that are sagging a little bit, and there's absolutely no rotting going on. There's no water leaks. Kai and I spent 2 weeks camping in this bus. It rained a lot, even snowed on us. Not a single leak. This is a common issue with Winnebago and Itasca products. So if you're questioning that, you're probably green, and that's a-okay. I totally understand. You can go check some forums if you want to double verify me, by all means. But this is something that I have seen growing up camping and growing up in the RV dealership business. These sag on Winnebago. So that's what's happening. We've got a bunch of pins holding it up. It's purely cosmetic. You can easily have it fixed. We're not having it fixed right now. I'm sure we could work something out with a potential buyer. But right now, the market's so hot, there's a huge demand for a coach like this. So we felt that we just needed to get it up, because waiting on it is a long time. And as a dealer, that's something where we can take a little bit of a hit and ask less and let someone else have a little better deal. And if they want to go take care of it later, they certainly can. Anyways, cosmetic thing and detail covered. Now here in the bedroom, I love this space. I would hang out here at all our campsites and just hang out here in the bedroom and relax. And me and Kai would talk, and it would be so peaceful to be in the coach with this window open, sitting on my relaxing little area. I just like having a relaxed spot in the bedroom. It's just a different space for me, but that's me personally. Now down below, we've got storage. So this is not just for comfort and you know, making it more plush. We've got storage space below too, and you can take those cushions off. Now back here, we've got a washer dryer combo. Up above, we've got breakers, main breakers for the bus. And isn't it amazing? This is the loudest air conditioning gets, and all it is wind blowing. You don't even hear the units. It's so quiet. Basement air conditioning is just fantastic because, again, like I said, it's so quiet. So this right here, you might be wondering, what size is that? This is a king size bed. And, you know, with the king bed, you just got a lot more space to mind your business. I move a lot and I sleep, so I really need extra space. Now back here, we've got a wardrobe area. We've got a nice shelf up top. There's some additional circuit breakers. So there's actually 12-volt circuit breakers. Those are top notch. So those are the type that'll pop out. So instead of blowing stuff all the time, it'll pop out on you, which is, I think, is nice and having better than having a fuse box. You have access to the back of your connections for your washer dryer combo. And there's some extra bedding and stuff, but don't mind that. This is a large wardrobe space, accessible from both sides of the coach, or both sides of the wardrobe, I should say. So that is quite nice. And there's a good bit of walkway back here. So there's wood LVP floor all the way back here in this corner where I'm standing. The only bit of carpet we left was a little bit on the slide, and then right here on the engine cover. It's just a way to go as far as the engine covers go. But we had all the carpet freshly shampooed and clean. It's super clean and nice. Now here is our bathroom space. Let me go ahead and move this door. So this bathroom space is, like, as you see, accessible from both sides. We've got this nice little accessory here. Oh, by the way, you see some of that happening. Comes free of charge, cosmetic only. Okay, so this was upgraded from the original vanity. It's an LED light. It's got the defrost on it, so it won't steam up while you're in here taking a shower. And my favorite feature is this dimmable. So at night, I'd leave it on like a low because I love that. Just having a little bit of light, and it just looks so sleek. The wallpaper is aftermarket too. I think it looks pretty good in here. These floors just really brought together this bathroom for me and made it a whole lot better. It had like a linoleum in here, but this floor just looks so good. Now, big countertop space, right? I mean, for considering the size of this coach, we've got, you know, they gave us a sizable little extras countertop right here, little rack, a big bowl for the sink, and a ton of drawer space. So drawers, 4 drawers right there, and a deep amount of storage down below. More storage back here. Wow, I'm missing a lot of storage details. I'm admiring the coach. I love this coach when we camp. So here's our shower. Fold that up. So we do have a seat here, and this is a pretty average size shower. Average meaning large for your typical RV, but average for a diesel bus. More than comfortable. We've got that tall ceiling. There's a little bit of a step up, but not too bad compared to what some coaches will have, and a good bit of height up above me. I'm 5'11", so you kind of get a picture of what's going on as far as the space here. But yeah, I enjoy the shower. Hot water this thing produces, so you will get nice and clean in there. Now look, open this door. we're back to the front. So a great floor plan for a very well-designed, well-built, and special to Kai and I bus. This coach has a lot to offer, and I think it's just, for me, this is a bus that's minding its own business. It's not trying to prove anything, and I've kind of used that term before, but it's not overly glamorous, and yet it's very sleek, modern, and just, again, well done. Let's go get on the test drive after we go through the cockpit a bit, and I'll show you how it drives. All right, before we go drive, let's just walk through the cockpit here real quick. Over to my left, I've got my exhaust brake control. I've also got my visors. So I've got 2 electric visors up in the front of the coach, which I can control from buttons over here. I can also control the passenger side visor. Mirror control, of course. This is the controller information bar, so we can see all kinds of interesting information, the miles, what gear. I think there's even like stuff like oil pressure and load. I'm not going to go completely through this, but it's similar. It's like a baby silver leaf, like a little, if you want to imagine, it's just like kind of a smart little control. It's a nice little place where you can get information about the bus, gen hours, and all kinds of good stuff like that in relation to the chassis. To my left, I've got a nice little control for our lights, our headlights, as well as our control for the windshield wipers. I've got a battery boost to combine batteries, fog lights, cruise control is on the stock like a GM product, clean steering wheel here, Freightliner. We've got about 46,000 miles on the clock. Coach runs great. All our gauges look good. This is after a nice hard test drive. And over here we've got controls for our fans. We've got auxiliary classic defrost fans up there. Our docking lights, turn the air horn on and off versus backup camera as well as side cameras which automatically come on. You can also start your generator from over there. We've got an updated Bluetooth head unit so you can play music through that. The sound system is actually pretty good, and the speakers go throughout the coach too, so you can be bumping even back in the bathroom and stuff, so that's pretty cool. You can switch the radio power from house to engine, so you can use this while you're parked. We've got our standard climate control over here, and for the passenger we've got our sun visor control, a lamp, little extra parts there, but nice storage area over here to the left, as well as a nice cup holder, and you know, just a nice setup here. Cockpit is clean, one-piece windshield looks good. Let's go drive it. This is overall a very easy to drive coach. As soon as you get in it, the way these Freightliners handle and feel is just superb, and this coach is a nice example. It's got very low miles, and it hasn't been beat up, so it drives dead straight, it drives as it should, and overall, it's an excellent experience. Like I said, as soon as you get in it, especially with this coach and its length, I think the length is perfect. It's long enough. You got enough weight on it where it's got that nice ride of a larger bus on the highway, but it's nimble and small enough around town, so it feels like it's smaller. It doesn't feel like a 40-footer. Typically 40-foot models are just over 40. This coach is actually 39 feet 3 inches long, so 39Z is pretty close to its actual length, 39 feet. Anyways, this is a easy to drive coach. The view and visibility is excellent as well. I've got the huge panoramic windshield, the large windows to my left, and the window up on the top, it kind of adds perspective. It is tinted, so it doesn't get in your way and blind you, but it does add to the perspective of the driving experience. Another very nice feature is on the passenger side, because we don't have the slide out there and just the way it's organized with these large windows, when you look to your right, when you're driving this bus, you get an excellent and clear view out of the passenger side of the coach, which is really nice when you're going down the highway or just in any situation. Added visibility in that regard is just top notch and very useful. It's not necessary, absolutely necessary, but like I said, very useful at making you feel comfortable, especially in sticky situations. In this footage here, it might appear like it's only bright in one little spot, and I think that has something to do with the refresh rate and some with the camera and stuff. Anyways, it's a clear image. It's not like a super high def 4K image or anything like that, but you can see out of your side cameras and your rear camera. And anyways, it's an excellent driving coach. The 8.3 liter producing 1,050 pound-feet of torque and the Allison transmission are just an excellent powertrain. I actually delivered the Prevost and traded the big Prevost bus that was bought and this coach was traded on, and this coach felt so much more nimble when I got out of the Prevost bus.
And, you know, this 8.3 and the power to weight ratio is just fantastic. 10,000 pounds would be no problem behind this coach. And as it is, even with the flat toe vehicle, I felt like it had plenty of power to cruise at whatever speed you'd like to cruise at. And that air-ride Freightliner chassis with the diesel in the back just gives you a nice, great RV driving experience to carry across the road and not beat you up nearly as much as a lower end coach might. All in all, this is an excellent driving experience.
And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I did. This is quite a nice package, a reliable package, a well-built package with a very nice floor plan. Definitely when you're comparing to other buses in its league, and considering that they still value travel space, it's got a lot going for it, this coach. The length I think is perfect for what it is, 39 feet 3 inches, so it's nice and maneuverable, but you still have a good bit of length. And the new floors are stunning. They go so well with this very nice and sort of slightly contemporary built woodwork all in here. The coach, it stands tall. It looks newer than the year model that it is. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really helps us. I appreciate all of those out there watching our channel and taking interest in what we do. And I hope to catch you all on the next video. Thank you so much.